Can you share your birth control journey, baby number 2 sooner or later, breastfeeding journey / struggles, tips for making new outfits with clothes you already have? My first period story was like not that interesting. Hello you guys, welcome to this week's video. I wanted to get ready with you and just like pretty much show you my current makeup routine, but also answer some girl chat questions. So I asked you guys on my Instagram, ask me some questions, some girly things, and you guys pulled through. We have some really fun questions that I'm going to answer, and I'm super excited. The last Q&A that I did was pretty much just like a general Q&A, a couple of other things, but this is more like nitty-gritty into the girly things. So let's get into it. If you're new here, I'm Cass, and so happy that you're here. If you guys noticed, I have this like bandage on my middle finger. I was supposed to have a coffee date this morning with a friend, and so I'm like, we were up late last night with Brooke, so he is teething a little bit, so he's not sleeping very well, so we didn't get much sleep. So this morning I'm like trying to rush, get ready for this morning, make myself some breakfast, and I accidentally stabbed myself with a steak knife. I was like trying to cut these little Dutch pancake things, so yeah, that was amazing. Hurt so bad. I'm also someone who like does not do well with blood or anything like that, and like I will pass out, so I had to just sit down and take it easy for the morning. I had to cancel. Maybe we'll go later in a little bit, I don't know. But Johnny was like, I don't think you should be driving, and especially not with Brooks in the car, because I was supposed to take him with me because the place we were going to has this like little kids cafe thing. Anyways, I was gonna take him with me, and he's like, yeah, I don't think you should be driving with him in the car or just in general. So that did not happen because I stabbed my hand. I'm feeling better now, but that was just like a crazy morning. Also, I got a hydrofacial yesterday, and I feel like my skin is actually glowing. That was my first hydrofacial ever getting, and I am so obsessed. I will definitely be getting more. Okay, so let's get into your questions. First one is, what is some advice you'd give to a girl going through a breakup after being cheated on? This is so like, people who cheat, that is not okay. Coming from parents who, that's why they got divorced, was cheating, infidelity. I am just someone who like, I just think there is no excuse for cheating, and unfortunately it's gonna be a no for me, and I'm sure most people. Just hits a little bit too close to home for me. Just think of it like this: if someone was willing to cheat on you, first of all, that has nothing to do with you, and it says so much more about them than it will ever say about you. Like, they are not mentally okay for doing that to you, and also like, you would not want to be with that person if they're okay with cheating on you, especially when you're just dating. That you do not want to be married to them, I can promise you that. So honestly, it's better that it happened when you were just dating, but I'm so sorry that that happened to you at all. I feel like just any advice that I can give is just like I said, that truly it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, because any like normal person with some decency would have broken up with you first and then did whatever else they wanted to do, instead of the other way around. And the right person for you is out there. Like, I kind of hate the saying when people are like, oh, like all men cheat, or like they're all the same, all men are the same, men are trash kind of thing, because it's like, that's really not true. There are some really great men out there. I'm married to one of them, one of the best. Of course I'm biased, but like, he's truly the best. And so it's like, you are going to find your person that you're supposed to be with, and when you do, it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna be like, I'm so glad that I never ended up with anyone else, especially the cheater. But in the meantime, just like, don't like push any relationships. I know it's like so hard to hear, I feel like, when you're single, but truly I feel like the best relationships come when you're not looking, and just like the best things in life come when you're not really looking for them. And so it will happen, and everything will be okay. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and one day you're gonna just be so happy and be like, you know what, I'm not glad that they cheated on me, but I'm glad that I'm not with that person. I have this pimple right here that just does not want to cover up, but we are on the up and up though, so like, I feel like within the next couple of days it will be gone, but it's a pain in my butt right now. What advice would you give to a 15-year-old girl who feels lost in life? I appreciate you. I appreciate you truly. Without any of you guys here watching my videos, writing in, I would not have a job. So I love you guys all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to answer this one because I feel like when I was 15, I kind of just felt so like, not old, but like I felt like I knew what I was doing, you know. And now I'm 24 years old. That was almost 10 years ago, which is so crazy. But 24, 25 is not old. Like, I feel like when I was younger, it was like 24 sounds old, and now I'm like, it's really not old, I promise. But I feel like the best thing I can say to you is that you're not peaking in high school, okay? And you don't want to peak in high school. So like if you're feeling lost right now, I feel like that's such a normal feeling, because it's like you're in high school, you're around all these people who it's like you're not even like super close friends with, but you're just around them all the time because of your surroundings, your circumstances, the school you're in, the sports you're in, things like that. I feel like I didn't have like a ton of close friends in high school. It wasn't really until college like I found my close friends, because it's like in college there's so many people, and then you can like join different groups and find people who really have like similar interests as you, and then base a friendship off of that. Like you're not just friends because you go to the same school or something. Anyways, it's okay that you don't have your life figured out at 15. Like if I had done the life path and everything that I thought I might do when I was 15, I would not be where I am right now, and like my life right now, I would not change anything about it. If you are feeling lost though, first I'm gonna say open your Bible, because Jesus is always the answer. If you're ever feeling lost, like he is truly the answer and everything that you're looking for. There is peace found in him, there is joy in him. So I would encourage you to open your Bible, just start reading. Also just surround yourself with the best people that you can right now, and remember that there is way more to life than high school. It's okay if you're like enjoying high school, like I hope you are, but also at the same time it's not everything, and there is so much more happiness to come in your life, I promise. Can you share your birth control journey? So if you didn't know, we were not planning on having Brooks, so like I wasn't on birth control. So anyways, let's back it up, get into that. I was never on birth control, high school, college, nothing. My mom just like didn't really want me on birth control, and I didn't really even want to be. It's just like I feel like all my friends were. I didn't even know what it was, but I heard that would like help your acne, so I was like, oh, I kind of want to try this or something. Which now I'm so glad that I didn't get on birth control, because it does have so many effects, and it did affect me. So I wasn't ever on birth control, and so after me and Johnny got engaged, we were like, maybe I should get on birth control now. That way once we're married, it's like in my system, and I didn't want to get on it like the same exact time we were getting married, if that makes sense. I wanted it to be like in my system for a little bit, so I started it in August before we got married. This would have been like 2021 now. It was fine. I feel like I wasn't the best at like taking it consistently like at the same time every single day though, and I feel like that really kind of messed it up. But anyways, I ended up getting off of it literally on our honeymoon, just because it was messing up my periods so bad. It made them like way heavier than they were, way more consistent and like frequent. Like I was having more periods than I should have been. It was just not a good situation, and I was like in so much pain. I was like, I don't want to be on this. And then once we were married, Johnny was like, if you don't want to be on this, like, I mean, we're married, so it's like if we end up having a baby, like we're married, so you know. So I was like, well, I was just on this for months, kind of for no reason though. So I got off of it on our honeymoon, December of 2021, and then Brooks was conceived of November 2022, so we made it 11 months. Honestly, I wasn't tracking it super well. So anyways, that's like my birth control journey. I haven't been on birth control, like the actual pill, since then. As of right now, I am using natural cycles, but I think that my app is like kind of freaking out a little bit, because I still haven't gotten my period back since getting pregnant and then breastfeeding. Like I'm still breastfeeding, so I have not gotten a period back yet, and I think it's like it doesn't understand. I'm gonna keep using natural cycles, and then once I'm done breastfeeding and probably will get my period back, then like see how it works for me then. Going along with that, this one says baby number 2, sooner or later I have a baby the same age as Brooks. So we kind of always said like once Brooks turns 2, which right now he's almost 10 months old, and he turns 2, we will kind of evaluate and be like, do we want another baby right now? Because honestly, I wouldn't want much more of an age gap. I feel like under 3 would be like ideal. So I feel like around then is when we will start trying. I don't know how long it will take for us to get pregnant though. I know some people, like for their first baby they got pregnant super easy, and then for their second it was like much of a longer thing, like they didn't get pregnant as easy. So I don't know, that's our plan, but also God's plan is always gonna prevail and whatever he has in store for us. So maybe sooner, maybe later, I don't really know, but as of right now we are thinking when he turns 2 we might start trying, but that could always change. How did you balance loving your body as it is but also losing post-pregnancy weight? This was like one of the hardest things for me, because I have been pretty much the same size my whole life. So gaining all that weight being pregnant, I don't even know how much I ended up gaining. And then it's so weird because after you have your baby, it's not like the weight just goes away. Like you still are carrying all of the weight. Right now I am super happy that I am back to my pregnancy weight, but honestly, it's like, even if you're not, you grew a literal human being, so don't put that much pressure on yourself to be back to your weight and like snap back, because it's like you were literally growing a human being. Give yourself some grace and realize that like your body just went through something insane. It's okay if you're not losing weight as fast as you might have thought. I feel like for me, it was just like I had to keep reminding myself in those moments of when I was like, my stomach is so flubby and all those things. I would just look at Brooks and be like, but he's so worth it. Me gaining and losing weight is so small in comparison to I just grew our child and gave life to him, and my body is still giving life to him through breastfeeding. And so I just remind myself of that, and then I'm like, okay, you're being really hard on yourself. Fine that you have a couple extra pounds on you. I feel like the only thing right now is like when I'm breastfeeding, my boobs are a little bit bigger than normal, and that's still something that's like I'll put on a shirt and I'm like, this does not fit like it used to. And then I just remind myself, I'm literally giving life to a human being. Like, of course my body is not going to be the exact same. Breastfeeding journey / struggles. I feel like I want to make a whole entire video on just breastfeeding things, because there were so many questions about breastfeeding, so I'm just gonna like briefly touch on it in this video, and then I might make a whole separate video about it. So I knew that I really wanted to breastfeed once Brooks was born, and I was hoping to until he's a year old, and I still am right now, so I think we will make it to the year. But in the beginning, my milk was coming in so strong, overflow of milk. Like, he would be nursing on one side, and on the other side I would just have like the haka on there, and it would just fill up and keep filling, which I'm so thankful for, because it could be the opposite where I'm like not producing enough milk. So I am super thankful and grateful that my body was producing more than enough milk for my baby until it could like adjust to how much he was actually needing and things like that. But it was just like a lot. I would just leak out everywhere, and I would be like, this is insane, this is mentally exhausting. Like, anytime I'm in public, I'm just leaking everywhere. My boobs were in pain, they're huge. Like, I'm out in public, I'm leaking everywhere, my baby's screaming because I need to feed him, like all these things. And it was a lot in the beginning. I feel like though I just got used to it, and like literally to the point now where I'm like, okay, what, I have to feed my baby. Like, I don't really care about breastfeeding in public or anything like that. I'll just use like my nursing cover. Some people are super weird about even using a cover in public, where I'm just like, I have to feed my baby somehow, so this is how we're gonna do it. I'm seriously so thankful though that like I never struggled with milk supply or anything. I still can like overproduce milk right now. We have a huge stash in the freezer, which I'm so thankful for, because if I'm gone, or like when I went on the little Pura trip to Rosemary, I was able to like, I had plenty of milk in the freezer so that Johnny was able to feed Brooks when I was out of town for those couple of days and things. And I just feel so thankful that I'm able to feed my baby, because I knew that I really wanted to breastfeed, and I know some people really want to breastfeed and they're just not able to. So I don't even want to like get into any more like complaints or struggles, because I just feel so lucky that I'm able to breastfeed him until he's 1 year old, because that was my goal. I will say I did get mastitis once, and I've had I think like 2 clogged ducts, and that is the worst pain in my life. When I had mastitis, I literally was saying to Johnny, this hurts more than childbirth. I'm not even joking. It was crazy. I was shaking, I had a fever, my whole left side of my body was numb, I couldn't even stand up. Like, it was seriously crazy, and I do not wish that on anyone. Best bras, especially for under tight tank tops, and maybe nursing friendly too. I'm not kidding you guys, the Skims bras. I'm wearing one right now. Okay, the Fits Everybody scoop neck bra. I have them both in the color like Dune or something. It's like a skin toned color. I actually have 2 of the scoop neck ones, and then I have the bandeau. Those are the only bras that I wear ever. They are incredible. I feel like they're very like, you don't really see them under clothes, what's the word, like linerless kind of. They're just like low with your shirt. I don't even know the word I'm trying to say, but it's just like smooth. You don't really notice them at all, and they're like really nursing friendly. I just lift it up or lift it down. It can go either way, and I love it so much. If I'm wearing something that's like backless, or just where I don't want like bra straps showing and the bandeau one like doesn't work, I wear this one from Amazon. It's just like a sticky bra. I think I have the size like B cup. I feel like this is not super nursing friendly though, because it doesn't allow for like a lot of airflow obviously, so I only wear it for like a couple of hours. So like that is one way to get a clogged duct, is to just like have something pressed so hard that like no airflow is getting in there. So yeah, I wouldn't say that's like super nursing friendly, but it's definitely my favorite for anything that's like backless, or just I don't need or want any like straps showing or anything like that. Finding time for yourself as a new mom, this makes me nervous to have children. I do not want to scare you, but I will say literally me and Johnny talk about this all the time. Like we do not have as much free time as we did before. Obviously, like before we had Brooks, we would be able to both be just like off doing our own things and then like come home together at nighttime and hang out together, whatever. Now it's like one of us obviously always has to be with Brooks, and so there's just like not a lot of time for like other things, at least not right now, especially when he's so little and he just needs and wants me all the time. But if I'm working, I need Johnny to be with him, and so it's just like I don't want to say like there is no time, but like it's definitely adjustment. That was the biggest adjustment for us by far, especially we don't have any family nearby or anything to be able to watch him for us, so it's pretty much just us, and then like some of our friends will watch him once a month, if that, because we're not gonna ask our friends to watch him all the time. Like that's not really their responsibility. I feel like though we try to do a super good job of just like yesterday I had a facial. I think tomorrow Johnny is going golfing, and then Saturday I have my friend's baby shower to go to and things. So like we try to do a really good job of like still having things in our week that's like for us, and things for us, and hanging out with friends, just doing things still that's like we would be doing pre-baby, because we don't want to be just so consumed in like the mom and dad titles, which is like, yes, that's the biggest and best title we will ever have in life, but also like if we're not doing things for ourselves, then like we're not going to be the best mom and dad for Brooks. So it is super important to still be able to find time, especially if your schedule allows and you live near your parents or something and they're able to watch your baby. I feel like date nights are just super important and key to a healthy marriage, obviously, but even just doing things for yourself. Those like fresh postpartum days, it was literally like me going to the grocery store. That was my like me time. I don't typically like to wear a ton of mascara, but I do want to do just a little bit today. Where do you get good bathing suits for postpartum? Some of my absolute favorite swimsuits are from Dippin' Daisies. I do have a code for them. They are so stretchy. The ones I had before I was pregnant still fit me, even with like my breastfeeding boobs and things, and I'm pretty sure most of them are size small. I do have a couple size medium, but like for the most part they all still fit me. Dippin' Daisies is probably definitely my favorite. I've also gotten some from Elle Swims. I have some from Princess Polly. I have some from Amazon. I feel like those are my top favorites though. I love this question because I feel like I've never answered it anywhere, but it's what perfumes do you wear / recommend? My absolute favorite perfumes, and I'm not kidding, I always get compliments on them every time that I wear them out, is the Sol de Janeiro ones. I have the orange, pink, and purple bottles. My favorite one is the purple, and then the orange, and then the pink. I mean, they all smell good, but that's like my ranking. And then if you want like a little bit of a bougier, the YSL ones are incredible. I have a couple of them and I love them so much. They smell so good. Tips for making new outfits with clothes you already have. I love putting together different outfits, but it's also like, okay, you don't need new clothes all the time. Like we're going on a trip in a couple of weeks and I was literally like, oh, what new clothes can I buy? And then I'm like, I have a full closet. I do not need to buy any more clothes for a trip. Like I can make outfits out of this. I feel like my favorite thing to do is find a piece. Okay, I want to wear this. For example, if it's like a pair of jeans or a certain like style of pants, I want to wear this, and then like base your outfit off of that. Like if you just kind of go in without any idea, I feel like I can get so overwhelmed doing that. Just be like, I have no idea what I want to wear, like I don't know. But if I'm like, oh, I want to style this dress today, or like I love this top, let's style this top, I feel like that is a little bit less overwhelming. Also, another little tip is accessorize the heck out of your outfits, because accessories literally make or break an outfit. I feel like just taking the most basic tees with a pair of jeans, like it looks so like boring and like something you wear every single day, but you can mix it up with different earrings, hats, sunglasses, shoes, belts, purses, so many different things, and just like really elevate the basics that you already have in your closet. I do try to post a lot of like outfit inspo on TikTok and Instagram reels and stuff. You can follow me on there if you want some outfit inspo. And the very last question, I wanted to end on a high note, but it's just a light, easy question. It's, what is your favorite thing about living in Florida? First, I'm gonna say these summer Fridays. I know I talk about them all the time. They're worth the hype. They're worth the money. I would not lead you astray, I promise you. They're so stinking good. I wish they weren't, but they are. My favorite thing about living in Florida is honestly the weather. The weather is obviously so nice all year round, and everyone's always like, it's humid in Florida, it's so humid. I promise, you just get used to it, honestly. And if you're someone who has like acne prone skin like me, the humidity is actually really, really good for your skin. So I have way less breakouts living here because it's just like a humidifier on my face at all times. The weather is definitely number one. I feel like this is like a lot of different places, but there are so many like good food, coffee places, so much to do here. There is so much to do, like so many parks, we can go on walks, so many different places. There's so many sporting teams here. I guess now I'm speaking like specifically to the Tampa Bay area. Obviously living by the beach, I never want to live far from the beach now that I've lived here. Like I've been spoiled, and now anytime like I just think about moving somewhere doesn't have the beach, I'm like, I'll be in tears. I love the beach so much. Our next house that we get, we definitely want it to have a pool. That way it's like you have pool option and we also have beach option, and then we have both because they're different vibes, you know. Even like when you go on vacation, it's like the pool and the beach on vacation is a different vibe. Pool and the beach just in general is a different vibe, so it'd be nice to have both. My makeup is all done. Lately I've been doing like pretty subtle makeup, but it's still like, I don't know, put together and like a full face, but it's just like a light full face. Also yesterday I got these blue light glasses in the mail. They're from Amazon and they're so cute. Yes, they're big, but they're so cute. I got them and I put them on and I said, Johnny, do you like my new blue light glasses? And he was like, I don't understand why ugly things are a trend. And I was like, what? And he said, I feel like people just say like, this is what's trending, and then people buy it. He's like, no, they're not cute. But I'm like, I'm vibing with them. I really like them. I just took out my little headband that I used for getting ready. I curled my hair earlier this morning. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much ready for the day now. Thank you guys so much for writing in your questions. If you want to be a part of like any other future Q&As in the future, I think I just said future twice, be sure to follow me on Instagram so that you can get your questions in. I hope that I answered a ton of your girly questions that you were wondering about. I saw some more about like first period story and things like that, but I'll just be honest, my first period story was like not that interesting. I guess I'll just say it because it's like kind of funny. I think I was like 12 years old, and at the time my dad was married to my previous stepmom. They were no longer married, and I just woke up and I was like bleeding, and I didn't really know what was going on. Like I knew what a period was, but not so much. I was only 12 years old, and so I like called her into the bathroom. I was like, I'm bleeding, and she was like, probably like, oh my gosh, I'm having to be the one to tell her about her period and like what's going on and stuff. So she literally like first she was just like, it's okay, like you're fine, because I was like, is something wrong? Like why am I bleeding? And so she like got me a pad, got all situated and everything. We went out into the living room and she sat me down and we just like talked for like an hour, and she explained to me why I was having a period, like how to deal with it, you know, whatever, everything that it just like consists of. And I was just like sitting there taking it all in, and I'm like, wait, I have to deal with this for the rest of my life? Like, what is going on? That's really, I was just like at home. It wasn't like I was in public or nothing crazy like that happened. I was just at home. But it's just so funny to me that like she's the one who I was with when it happened. She was probably like, of course this would happen. I'm literally this girl's stepmom, and here I am having to explain this to her. Anyways, that's my first period story. Literally nothing crazy at all. And then I went home for the weekend. Like I went back to my mom's house and I was like, started my period. That is all the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for writing in and getting ready with me, and I will see you in the next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.